my name is Marissa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make an entire Easter dinner using only 10 ingredients. This video is in collaboration with Taylor Strickland here on YouTube. She will be showing you how to make an easy Easter brunch. Taylor lives in an RV full-time with her husband and daughter. She makes a lot of really motivating cleaning videos as well as cooking videos as well. I would love it if after you watch my video, you go check out Taylor's video. I will have a link in the description box below so that you can access her video and show her some love by subscribing to her channel. If you're coming over from Taylor's channel, welcome. My name is Marissa. I make lifestyle videos here on YouTube, including cooking, cleaning, organization, decluttering, hacks, and personal finance videos. If this is something that you're interested in, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notifications so that you don't miss when I upload. This ham is 12 pounds. I'm going to start by tenting it in foil. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just try to cover it as much as I can with some aluminum foil, and then I'm going to stick it in the oven at 350 degrees for 2 hours. This ham did come with a glaze, so once the 2 hours is up, I'm going to remove the foil, add the glaze, and let it cook for an additional 10 minutes. Once we get our ham in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and set our table. I always have this runner and these candles with the plant on the table, but I decided to add a couple of little nests with eggs in it for Easter, as well as use my great-grandmother's china. This is something that I inherited when she passed away, and it's really special, so we try to use it on nice occasions. I have mentioned this multiple times on my channel, but I do have a child that has a dairy allergy, so I have to find a way to take classic recipes and make them dairy-free. Mashed potatoes typically have cream, they have butter, they have whole milk, they're just packed with dairy. So I found a way to infuse a lot of flavor into my mashed potatoes, but without using any dairy to do so. For this recipe, you can use any potato. I'm going to actually use a combination of potatoes because that's what I have on hand. I have 2 Idaho potatoes as well as a red potato. This knife, I absolutely love. We do not have very good knives, and my husband had a friend who came over and was giving us a really bad time that our knives were so dull, so he actually ordered this for me off of Amazon. I will link it in the description box below. It was not very expensive, but it is great. Super sharp. Now, because I'm not used to having super sharp knives, it kind of freaked me out a little bit at the beginning, and I was really afraid I was going to cut off a finger. Though they say that using dull knives is actually more dangerous than using sharp knives, so maybe I was just having a false sense of confidence with my other knives that I wasn't going to cut myself. I'm just cubing these, and then I'm tossing them into a pot of water, bring them to a boil. I know you guys know how to make mashed potatoes. Have you guys had plans change at all because of what's going on? Or are you sticking with your regular Easter family gatherings? We're just kind of on the fence. My family had planned on going to Disneyland for spring break, but now they're closed, so obviously we've had to change that plan. I wasn't overly freaked out about this. I actually was thinking, probably ignorantly, I was thinking that Disneyland was probably just gonna be really slow and we were gonna get on all the rides. It hadn't really crossed my mind not to go until the day before Disney closed, actually, is when I started paying closer attention to what was going on, and the The day before Disney closed is when they were announcing that they were canceling, suspending, I don't know, whatever it is with the NBA, they were suspending their games. And there's a lot of revenue in athletics. So if they're willing to postpone or maybe miss out on all of that revenue stream, it makes you pause and wonder, like, maybe this is a bigger deal than I initially thought, and I need to be taking it more seriously. So we're on the fence. We don't know what we're gonna do. It's a pretty decent sized group of people, so we just have to decide kind of based on what the status is like at that point, whether or not that's something we're going to end up doing. I just bought this bag of green beans that have already been washed and trimmed from Target. This is their Good and Gather brand. I'm gonna just go in and cut all of these in half and then put them in this bowl. They say that they come trimmed, but some of them still have this, for example. Trimmed is not 100% accurate, but we're gonna just go ahead and take these little stems off and then cut our beans in half. When I was a kid, we always had canned green beans, so I thought that I hated them until I started making fresh green beans. It's amazing how much better fresh green beans taste. I always hard boil my eggs in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna start by putting the liner inside of my Instant Pot, also putting 1 cup of water in here. The reason that I like doing hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot is because of how much easier it is to peel them. Once you put your eggs in, you're going to set it on manual pressure for 5 minutes, allow it to naturally release for 5 minutes, and then you're going to take your eggs out and you're going to put them into a ice water bath. Once you've let your eggs sit in the water for 5 minutes, you're able to peel them. You can see how easily these peel when they're cooked this way. All of my children love olives, and it's something that they look forward to having with every holiday meal. At this point, our ham has hit the 2-hour mark, so we're just going to finish up the rest of our meal. I am adding these frozen vegetable stock cubes to my mashed potatoes to give them more flavor. If you don't have these on hand, you could use any boxed chicken or vegetable broth. I will link a card above showing how I make these stock cubes. Now we're going to go ahead and just add in our drained potatoes with some salt, some pepper, and some olive oil just to add some extra flavor to our potatoes. Obviously, if you are using dairy, you could put butter, cream, sour cream. After mashing the potatoes, I went back to the oven, I turned it off, put our glaze on top after removing the foil, and just let it sit in the oven until we were ready to serve. That way it allows the glaze to warm up a little bit, but isn't continuing to cook the ham. To finish up our green beans, we're just going to add some olive oil into a skillet with some fresh chopped garlic. The next time I make this, I will take some of this garlic and add it to our mashed potatoes as well. After we have sauteed our garlic for a couple of minutes, probably 1 or 2 minutes in olive oil, I just added our green beans and I'm going to mix them up here. Then add 1/3 cup of water, cover the green beans. We don't want to boil our green beans, but we do want them to be able to steam a little bit so that they're not raw tasting. I'm going to do this before I add any salt and pepper. Just going to grab my lid here and cover these green beans. They will probably cook for about 5 minutes. Then I will uncover them, season them, and allow the rest of the water to evaporate and caramelize that garlic and start to infuse a little bit more flavor into the green bean. Now we're going to go ahead and finish up our deviled eggs. I'm just cutting these 3 eggs in half. The reason that I only did 3 eggs for this particular meal is because I don't like deviled eggs when they're leftover, so I just make enough for what my family will eat for that specific dinner. Once I've removed the yolks, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of this organic mayonnaise that I pick up at Safeway, as well as 1 tablespoon of mustard. I use just plain yellow mustard when I'm making deviled eggs. And finally, I like to use rice wine vinegar for my deviled eggs. I like the flavor of it, and it gives it something a little bit different and unique. So I'm using 1 tablespoon of that rice wine vinegar, and then just some salt and pepper, mash it up, and go ahead and fill up my eggs. Once our green beans are finished, I'm just going to serve everything up, and we're going to enjoy this super simple, quick, easy Easter meal. That concludes showing how I make a full Easter dinner using only 10 ingredients. When you're done watching this, please don't forget to go check out Taylor's video. Again, that's going to be linked in the description box below. And if you're looking for a dessert idea, I will be posting the recipe tomorrow to these carrot cake muffins. These do not have a lot of additional sugar in them, and they are a family favorite. So if this is something you're interested in, be able to check that out tomorrow. Here's a final picture of what it all looks like once it's been plated. I hope you guys all have a happy and healthy Easter. Bye.